Hey guys, this is Obi here with Lionstrong Fitness Global. Thank you for tuning in, and I'm back with another important subject that I know you guys are going to love, you're going to take a lot of value from, and you're going to apply it. Remember guys, in my videos, I'm all about giving you information that you can literally turn off this video and head and go train and do them right now, okay? So guys, in this video, we're going to talk about the concept of working out versus training, okay? So people oftentimes then they confuse the both because, why wouldn't you confuse them? They both sound similar, right? But they're not, and I'm going to explain why. So let's talk about what working out is. Working out is the concept of, as people say, I have a different definition, but, exercising, right? Exercising, breaking that sweat, as they say, moving the body, right? That's what people say what working out is. Which is a shame because it doesn't really assess what needs to actually take place for changes to happen, okay? Training is when you go in with the intention of getting stronger, getting faster, improving something from a metric standpoint. In my last video, guys, I talked about this. If you haven't watched it, I talked about work, okay? Work is force times mass times distance. If I can't see, notice how when I wrote this down, I'm writing it down because when I train and when I make programs, I take this into account. The reason why people who get my stuff and train with me get results is because I'm looking at a very scalable system, okay? If you can't scale your training, if you don't have a roadmap to where you're trying to get to, how in the hell are you going to get to where you want to get to? People literally just go into the gym, they turn on YouTube, and they just do whatever workout that they're being told to do. But they don't ever ask themselves, why am I doing this? Okay, why am I doing this? Am I doing it because the person there is saying it? This is why, guys, on my channel, I don't just want to just show myself working out. I think everyone does that. I want to talk about the nuances that are involved in training because I know that if you listen to what I tell you, okay, you guys listening? If you listen to what I tell you, you will get results because I simplify it, okay? People don't understand that before you start driving in a direction, you need to know where the hell you're going, okay? People just do it because the next person is doing it, okay? So, anyway, guys, when you're training, people don't understand that it's some type of way to track your progress. When clients or people that I work with ask me, well, how do I know if I'm seeing results? Simple. I can explain to them. Well, you're a lot stronger. You can do more reps with this weight. You couldn't do this movement before. Your mobility has improved. Your endurance has improved. Your speed has improved. Notice how I can talk about things that lead up to a better physique. Okay? When you're stronger, right? When you're stronger, you can build more muscle. Because when you're stronger, that 20-pound shoulder press now became a 30-pound shoulder press. Now, if I did 20 pounds with that, 20 repetitions with that 20-pound dumbbell, right? But I went up to 30 pound and I'm able to match it, I'm clearly getting stronger. And the more your body is stimulated this way, the more it's being incentivized to build muscle, okay? That's how it works. There's a system to things. There's other principles. Are you applying the principle of progressive overload? Are you doing your supersets, drop sets, triple drop sets, reverse drop sets? All these things that people don't do. But again, when people work out, they don't think about this. Okay, they just do a couple curl. Like, it's so funny. When I go to the gym, right? Obviously, when I'm in there, I'm killing it, right? I'm dripped in sweat, muscles are burning. I'm just a savage in there. That's how I think. I'm just trying to, like, every time I train, and you should be this too, every time you train, you're trying to destroy stuff. I'm trying to go in there and like, it's like I'm going to battle. I see people all the time, they're sitting down there on their phones. I'll see them do a couple reps, sit on the next machine, go to the next thing, and I'm over here dripped in sweat. People don't do that, guys. And it's funny? I sometimes think, is it because they don't know what to do? Which I do think it's that. And and then that's you, it's okay. Okay, it's okay, right? Or do they just don't care? Guys, understand that when it comes to training, if you don't know where you're going to be running in circles. I think that's most of you guys, okay? So drop your pride, drop your ego, right? Find something that's reputable. Guys, if you need to, guys, I got programs on my website. They're fantastic. If you don't know what the hell to do, that's fine. I got programs you can get, take you less than 30 minutes to get done, and it shows you what training really is, okay? Don't be these people going through the motions and you wonder why you're not seeing results, okay? So I'm just saying, like, when it comes to working out, guys, people oftentimes don't understand why they're doing it. Okay, they don't have their purpose on why they're doing it. They think they know, but they don't know how to articulate it. And I know this because in my head, I do a ton of consultations with people. I talk to lots of people. Okay, so I just think it's important, guys, that whatever you're doing, there needs to be a purpose behind it. People do different, and when I see programs, when I see like a push-pull legs, that's great. That's training. Whenever you see like I'm going to hit arms today, I'm going to hit back today, I'm going to do this, legs, that's training. There needs to be a specific objective. Okay. But when people just say exercising, and I hate to break it to you guys, and I'm trying to be respectful by saying this, getting enough steps a day is not training. It's not even exercise. Because here's the thing, guys. If you can't do 3 things, right? If you can't do 3 things, you're basically spinning your wheels. And I'm going to explain that right now. When you're training, you need to be able to break down muscle tissue, okay, in multiple parts of your body, or in other words, stimulate muscle. You need to be able to incentivize the body to get stronger. So in other words, in order for that to happen, you must be challenging yourself, okay? So if you're one of those people that say, I'm just gonna do a light day, you might as well just take the day off, because if you're not gonna go as hard as you can or push as hard as you can, you're not doing anything. In fact, there's an old saying, if you're not getting better, you're getting worse. That's a fact, okay? That's a fact. So if you're not breaking down muscle tissue, if you're not, incentivizing the body to get stronger, okay, and if you're not getting your heart rate up, you're wasting your time, guys. You're wasting your time. And this is why I think that when you are able to look back and assess what you're doing, you can see why you're working out for so long. You can see why you spend hours and hours and you're not seeing results. It's because you have to take some introspection and understand what's working, what's not working. But you can't understand if you don't know what that looks like. Okay? I want to mention one more thing. If you're not stimulating the core, so in other words, if you're not on your feet, so aside from doing like a chest press, which is understandable, but if you are doing a chest press with enough repetition and using dumbbells, you will be engaging your core. But for the most part, you need to be on your feet. Okay? If you can do it standing, stand up. Because by standing up, your body's going to take on, you're going to be doing more of this. Okay? You're going to be working harder. And the harder you can make your body work, the more it's incentivized to change. Okay? So again, guys, all this stuff that I'm telling you about is what you should be thinking about. But most people don't think about these things when they're doing their training. They just go in, do whatever, and if you do whatever, your results will be whatever. Okay? What else will we talk about today? Yeah, let's talk about this. I'm gonna give you an example, guys, of some training. I'm just gonna make up some training. So I talked about before that you want to be able to take into consideration and to think about the concept of progressive overload. Okay, what does that mean? That means that over time you should be increasing the repetitions and increasing the poundages of the weight. And I'm going to throw one thing in there because people don't talk about this. Your rest period should be coming down. There needs to be an environment where your body's uncomfortable, because when you're uncomfortable, when your body's uncomfortable, you're basically incentivizing it to change and to improve. Okay, so you take progressive overloading. I think I'm a big fan of supersetting everything. I'm a fan of doing drop sets. I'm a fan of doing things that doesn't allow my muscles time to rest, to recover, heart rates up. These things work, guys. And again, another video we can talk about that. I go into detail what that is, but I just want to just tackle these subjects. But guys, thank you for watching my videos. Obi here with Lionstrong Fitness Global. I'm signing out. Be sure to go to my website, lionstrongfitness.net. Get those programs all in the description. Bye.